Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Mint with Card. James here, and today we moved back onto the landing because this one is going to be a big one. We're going to be taking a look at the Thundercats MOTU crossover Wave 1. Buckle up, Buttercups. This one is going to be fun. Wave 1 of the Thundercats MOTU crossover is finally in my possession. Shout out to Big Bad Toy Store for getting me these figures. We are going to take an in-depth look at the 3 individual figures as well as the deluxe figure in this wave. Now, Wave 2 has already been announced and is already shipping and is already in people's hands. Mine is on its way. When that arrives, we will also be taking a look at those 3 figures as well. But today, we are going to be taking a look at Lion-O, Cheetara, Battle Cat Man, and of course, the big baddie, Sculpt. Let's move these guys off to the side, and we'll take a look at each one of these figures individually. Let's start off with Lion-O himself. Inside of the packaging, you can see that Lion-O is decked out in his Eternian wear. The cool thing about these figures is that it includes parts and pieces that will let you turn these into plain old normal Thundercats. I think that's how I'm going to display mine. I'm not too sure about the Eternian crossover. I did think that I was going to get 2 so that I could have a regular Thundercat as well as an Eternian Thundercat. Here's the deal. Going off on a tangent now. Wave 1 was announced, and I was super excited. Love the Thundercats, love the Masters of the Universe. Putting those 2 together, that's a win-win in my book. Wave 2 was announced, giving us Tigra, Panthro, and He-Man himself. Again, equally excited. Then, at San Diego Comic-Con, we didn't see any figures, but we did get a slide showing Wave 3. And here is where disappointment set in. For me, it is another Tigra, another Panthro. No, sorry, scratch that. It's another Lion-O, another Panthro. And I believe that they're going to be repainting Battle Cat Man to make him Panther Man. We're only at Wave 3 and we're already getting reissues, repaints. Does not look good for this particular line. Now, on some of the card backs, you see Cheetara in action battling Trapjaw. Where's this figure? This would be cool to get. On the back of Battle Cat Man, he's battling Beastman. Where's this Beastman figure? Are these figures coming? Are they not coming? Also at San Diego Comic-Con, they did announce that they are venturing into the 2000X cartoon, and they showed off a lot of those figures. They look awesome. I'm all in on those, but I'm just wondering, are they overstretched? Did they pivot, and this is just now an afterthought for them? Or, like Turtles of Grayskull, are they going to go all in and give us multiple waves? I'm hoping that they'll give us multiple waves, that we can complete the Thundercats team. So we would need Wily Cat, Wily Kit. We'll also need Snarf. It would be awesome if they also gave us the extra Thundercats, Pumira, Bengali, and Lynxo. That would be awesome. But I need villains. We have one big baddie and that's it. Let's go ahead and get a look. Lion-O comes decked out in his Eternian gear. The card back is beautiful, in my opinion. It's kind of this deep, rich blue, purple, red colorway, and it looks amazing. On the back, you've got Lion-O in action battling Skelraw, and you've also got the crossover down here on the bottom, and it does show you that you can put the sword in Lion-O's back. The readout says Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, battles back the ancient forces of evil from 3rd Earth to 3rd Eternia. There's a mini-comic included that I'm sure will flesh out the story. That's a look at Lion-O. Again, pretty awesome. Next up, we will grab Battlecat Man. Battlecat Man has everyone excited because it's an anthropomorphic version of Battlecat. It's a no-brainer. Thundercats, Battlecat, cats. This one shows Battlecat decked out in his Eternian armor. He's going to have 2 claw attachments that can clip onto his arms. And again, here's the back showing Battlecat battling Beastman. Cross cell down at the bottom shows what his weapons can do. And this one says, after the destruction of Thundera, Battlecat Man crashed on 3rd Eternia and now proudly protects his adopted home world. That one's an awesome figure. Really like the sculpt and what they did with him. And lastly, on the single carded figures, we've got Cheetara. She is decked out in her Eternian gear. You can see her bow staff. You can see the parts and pieces to change her into just regular Cheetara. And on the back, it does show Cheetara, and she is battling Trapjaw. Again, I'm gonna need some villains. Her write-up reads, beware, forces of evil. Nothing in the universe can match the speed of the Thundercats' ferocious warrior, Cheetara. And that's a look at Cheetara. Now, the big baddie of the wave, that is going to be Skelra. Skelra is kind of a mashup of Skeletor and Mumra. Inside of the box, you can see that he is decked out in his Skeletor version, or his Skeletor form, and parts and pieces are included that can change him into Mumra. His write-up says, Skeletor discovered the mysterious black pyramids on Eternia. With the strength of Mumra granted to him by the ancient spirits of evil, Skelra, the ever-living, comes after the power of Grayskull, and he is more dangerous than ever before. This box art is beautiful. On the side you can see Mumra, on this side you can see Skeletor, and on the back, beautiful artwork. Cross-cell on the bottom shows what you can do with all the parts and pieces. An absolute banger. I'm really excited about this one. That's enough of me rambling into the camera and giving you my thoughts and opinions. What we're going to do is we're going to get these figures outside of their packaging and we are going to take a look at each individual one. Through the magic of editing, we will be right back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah.
Lion-O of the Thundercats discovers a new enemy, the Berserkers. Top Spinner, Cruncher, Hammerhand, Rambam, the Berserkers from Rainbow Toys.
Slice of captured hook mountains. Ready for Thunder Tank!
Thunder Tank, the ultimate attack machine. Put Lion-O at the controls. Thunder Tank, instantly armed for battle. Laser guns, stun guns, mechanical jaws.
Slice the boulders and crush the Thundercats!
Nothing can stop Thunder Tank. Thunder Tank and figures each sold separately, new from LJN.
Alright guys, welcome back. We have all of the figures outside of their packaging and all of their accessories laid out on the table. Let me tell you, it's a lot. We're going to start off here with the comic book that comes included with every one of the single carded figures. It's called 3rd Eternia, and it tells an in-depth story about how all of this came to be. On the back you can see that we've got that cross-cell there with Lion-O, Cheetara, and Battlecat Man. The figures come included with the standard quote-unquote blueprints that show their non-Eternia form as well as the Eternia form. We've got one for Battle Cat Man, we've got one for Lion-O and Shitara, as well as Skelra. Those will come in handy when we're swapping out the parts and everything. With Skelra, instead of a mini comic, he also comes included with these trader cards. This one's for Skeletor, but for Mumra, this one says, the ancient spirits of evil granted the demon priest Mumra the power to rule Third Earth. After Mumra's defeat at the hands of the Thundercats, the ancient spirits of evil searched across the universe for a new vessel who would trade power for servitude. On the back of the cards, you've got two halves that when you bring together, give you a cool picture of Skelra. That's all of the paper stuff for each of the figures. Let's go ahead and take a look at the individual figures one by one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figures one by one, and we're going to start off with Mr. Battle Cat Man. Here he is, and he's got a helmet, some shoulder gauntlets, some wrist gauntlets, the Thundercats harness. He has got a furry loincloth, as well as his furry shin coverings. The articulation on this guy, it's going to be standard, just like you've come to expect. He's going to have a head on a ball joint. He's going to have the arms. He's going to have the bends at the elbows. He's going to have a swivel here at the waist. Legs kind of can kick up, kind of can kick back. He's got bends at the knees and ankle articulation. Now, this is going to be standard on all of these figures, so we'll just go over the articulation with Battle Cat Man. This is what Battle Cat Man looks like from the back. His harness has those plug-in ports that we saw on a lot of the Turtles of Grayskull figures. I think it's just kind of a standard thing that they're putting on all of these figures. He does have a removable helmet, and we can bring his face sculpt on the side. No, just kidding. So we can see his face sculpt right there, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the helmet on or not. For Battle Cat Man, I think I'm going to keep him decked out in his gear because I just think he looks cool like that. He also comes included with these claw pieces right there. And those essentially plug in on his hands. I've seen a fellow toy tuber try to put these on his Battle Cat Man, and the plastic on the inside, right in there, broke off. I'm kind of leery about putting those attachments on to Battle Cat Man. Next up, we have the Lord of the Thundercats, and that is going to be Lion-O. And he has this hairpiece here that kind of has a tiara, I'm not sure what you call it, that protects his face. He has got the Eternian harness with the Thundercat symbol right here in the middle. On the side, he has got a shoulder piece that is kind of reminiscent of the Eternia lion from the Eternia playset. He has his claw shield. He's got his furry loincloth and his furry boots. He's got wrist bracers, and his articulation, still the same. Accessories with Lion-O. He is going to come included with the Sword of Omens. On one side of the Sword of Omens, you can see the Thundercat symbol. On the other side, you can see the Eye of Thundera. It's cast in a silver plastic, minimal paint deco, but is still adequate. He also has an hand that you can switch out with his claw shield, the Thundercats belt, and the lower parts of his boots that you can add on to make him a regular Thundercats. He also comes included with a toupee, a wig. Now, this is just going to take away the armor around the face and be able to be a regular Thundercat. That is Lion-O and all of his accessories. Next up, the female of the bunch, Cheetara. Cheetara comes with this Eternian overlay. It's all one piece, molded in a pliable plastic. She also has her wrist attachment with a shorter bow staff. She's got Eternian hair with a tiara. Furry boots down here at the bottom. Standard articulation on her as well. She is going to come included with a wig piece, her bow staff in long form, and also the bottom parts of her boots. That is going to bring us to the big guy, Skelra. We're going to start off with his accessories. Right here, you've got the Sword of Plundar. And you're going to have pieces that you can swap out with Skelra. This one goes on his arm, to where you can make him Mumra. And here is the big guy himself. Yes, he is very, very large. Articulation is standard, all the same. The skull inside is actually a separate piece from the hood piece, so it's not all attached. He comes in this kind of bluish gray color. They were trying to be able to mash up Skeletor as well as Mumra, and I think it works. I really think I'm going to display him as Mumra because I'm just looking to get some Thundercats. That is all of his accessories. We have had a look at all of the Thundercats and what they look like. And now we've just got a pile of toys sitting on the table. Once again, we're going to cut away and we're going to get them all decked out as normal, regular Thundercats, and then we'll take a look at them. Once again, we'll be right back.
What do we have here?
It's Castle Grayskull. And it's mine. Not so fast, Beastman. He-Man!
You can pit He-Man against Beastman playing for the power of Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together. Beastman's escaping.
What's wrong, Dad? Dad, you saved the castle!
Castle Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe collection. He-Man and Beastman each sold separately from Mattel.
Open the jaw, Rick.
The powers of evil control Castle Grayskull.
Oh, yeah, Dad, what's Ram Man's power? I'll get us inside, He-Man.
Ram Man, He-Man, and Castle Grayskull each sold separately. You have to put the castle together.
Ram Man, use your head. I just did. Not that way. We have a prisoner.
Good. Who's the prisoner?
You are, because we have the power.
Oh, no. Ram Man and He-Man from the Masters of the Universe collection each sold separately. Castle Grayskull also sold separately from Mattel.
All right. Quick detour before we land this plane. I took a look at the footage after I had transformed the figures into their plain old Thundercats looks. I was not thrilled with how it turned out. Something about it just didn't sit right. I went back and reshot a few scenes, and that's why things might look a little different in this section. Continuity Never heard of her. Credit where credit's due. Mattel did an awesome job giving us the Thundercats as well. No frills, no mashups, just pure feline fury. I also picked up the Super 7 budget option, and I've got a couple of those to compare side by side. Visually, both look great, but let's talk economics for a sec. Super 7's gonna run you about 35 doll hairs, while the MOTU versions clock in at a cool 20 bucks. It's totally up to you which one you go for. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. Pick your poison, or better yet, collect them all and let your shelf decide. Now, speaking of Super 7, during Target's Geek Out event they announced the toy versions of Lion-O and Snarf. Normally, I would be smashing that pre-order button like it owed me money. But this time, I think I'm going to hold out. I want the thrill of the hunt. Gives me something to look forward to, and do I even need a reason to go to the stores for toy hunts? No. Alright, that was our little side quest. Now, let's get back to the main review and bring this baby home. Take it away, Other James. Here are my final thoughts on Wave 1 of the MOTU Thundercats crossover. I'm super excited for this line, but I am optimistically cautious, let's say. Wave 1, in my opinion, it's a hit. I'm going to be displaying them on my shelf in their Thundercats form, but we have all of the accessories if I ever decide to change them back to the Eternian form. Wave 2 is coming soon. That's going to consist of Tigra, Panthro, and He-Man. With Tigra and Panthro, that completes the core adult Thundercats. So I'll have the 4, and hopefully they'll release Wily Kit and Wily Cat, as well as Snarf. Like Mattel, give us a 2-pack. Give us Snarf and Orko. That would be awesome. The thing that is holding me up, Wave 3, it's reissues and repaints. And I don't know if this particular line is getting pushed aside to focus solely on the 2000X cartoon line. Those are my thoughts. Those are a look at your Thundercats and MOTU crossover figures. Out of the first 4 figures, I will say, winner. This one does it for me. The head sculpt is amazing. She looks beautiful. Lion-O would probably come in second, just because he's the Lord of the Thundercats, and he was my favorite growing up on the show. Mumm-Ra, good representation. He's a large, chunky boy. Super happy that we got him as our main villain. But Mattel, give us Trapjaw, give us Beastman, give us Slide, give us Vultureman. Everybody needs a Vultureman. Give us Jackalman, Monkeyan, Triclops, Beastman, Evil Lyn. The possibilities are endless. That's probably going to be enough rambling for today. I do want to thank you guys for coming along on this journey, as the Battle Cat Man is the first one to bite the dust. But once again, thank you guys for joining me on this look at Wave 1 of the Thundercats MOTU line. As we say goodbye, do all of the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. Did you pick up these figures? Are you excited for them? How are you going to display them? Let me know down in the comments. And when Wave 2 comes in, we will be back at it again. Guys, this is James, Mint with Card, signing off. Stay minty, keep it fresh, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.